Oh, hey, how's it going? Happy Friday. Thanks for starting your weekend off right with Nerdy by Nature. While you're listening, feel free to crack open a craft beer. Sit back, relax, have some fun. Did you hear about our website? LetUsGetNerdy.com. There's show notes, fun facts, links, visuals, everything you need from today's show so you too can enjoy the episode. In case you missed anything, it's all there. All of your senses will be happy again. While you're there, feel free to subscribe via the web, Android, or iOS, whichever your heart desires. Feel free to continue the conversation on social media. After the show, beginning, whatever, hashtag, have some fun. Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Search us up. Let us get nerdy. It's that simple. All right, we stretched our thumbs, got our controllers and dice ready, got our beakers out. Let's get to it.
Yo, this is dirty.
Hi. You may know me. I'm Elijah, a Nerdy by Nature, here with you. A special episode, of course. Today, we're going to talk about not science, not tech or games, but beer. Most importantly, a local artist here with us, hanging out, playing some live tunes, exclusive here, Nerdy by Nature. So we're pretty excited. It's all good. Ryan. That's it, right?
Yes.
He came all the way from Toronto, hang out in London for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know. You've been here before, so it's okay.
Yes.
Go to school here?
I did go to Fanshawe College.
That makes more sense,
yeah.
because most people come from Toronto that don't really have much to do with London. They're just kind of Toronto snobs. I don't know what that's called in Toronto, but
Yeah. Well, I've lived in the GTA in Brampton and Mississauga, but came to London to go to school, met my wife here, and then now we live outside of Hamilton in the country, actually, in Copetown area.
Cool.
Yeah.
Your wife moved with you to...
She was living in where we live now for the last 3 years, and so
She doesn't still live in London, right?
No,
Okay,
no.
good. Just making sure everything's okay. Chris is bringing his cat shirts, Ferrari, Miami Vice cats. Ryan, being new to the show, a special guest here. You may not know that Chris has a special cat shirt for every day of the week. That's kind of his thing.
I do.
And the cheese flavor that he brings, because we can't always talk about
Yeah,
beer. Have to
that's
bring
true.
something
Yeah.
special. Go to the Forked River Brew event, local brewery here, and some lady came right up to you. A couple of them were like, "Where'd you get that? I need one."
Yeah, they were excited about it.
She was breathing pretty heavy.
Awesome.
It was exciting for her. If it's not the hair, at least you have the shirt, so that's good.
Exactly, yeah.
Harv, you have the Tragically Hip shirt, which is amazing, celebrating, recently had her 150th birthday. Not you, but the country. And it's pretty awesome.
I was going to say, I look pretty good for 150.
Yeah, no kidding. You got a lot of hair for that age, too. That's good.
Look good.
It's all that Rogaine, I tell you.
Chris thinks you look good.
Yeah,
He's not
I'm
drinking yet.
jealous.
That's good.
That's where I was like 10 years ago.
Hey, what are you saying? What's my future look like?
you got 10 years.
Looks like this.
With a beard and a cat shirt.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So
you'll
what's going
get there.
on with the hip shirt? You got one of each song on there?
I don't know if this is one of the, I think so. I think it's to represent their Canadian tour that they did, their
yeah.
last tour. I got this. The
final one?
London show, yeah. Big fan.
Cool. Yeah, Gord's still hanging out. Indigenous people, just being a voice for them.
Yeah.
There's people kissing, hugging. He's having a good time. Like they're all, like you meet him and they're best friends in seconds. Wild.
It's crazy.
He's supposed to be famous, but yet he's down to earth and just loving everybody.
Doing his thing. It's almost like he's he's done activism his whole life, but in let's quote unquote final days, it seems like he's done a ton more activism, or at least it seems as such.
Stop the time where he was politically correct, and you know what? I'm just going for it.
Yeah.
Speaking from the heart, and might as well enjoy my last years. It's kinda
Exactly.
wild.
He's a fantastic individual, and
Absolutely.
happy to see their success.
For sure.
Yeah.
And your shirt.
And my shirt. Yeah.
Yes, most
yeah.
importantly. Nathan's here mixing. We had to fit everybody in, and grassroots podcast, 4 mics. Got to get the guy with the guitar in over Nathan. I'm sorry, buddy. Thanks for making our voices sound so beautiful. It's delicious.
He's giving us the
I'm
thumbs
putting him
up.
to work today.
Pardon me?
Yes, I'm putting him to work today to
Yeah,
make
trying
my
to.
work
Yeah,
sound
he
beautiful.
needs to earn his money. He doesn't get out much and need some friends. This is what he does. It's great. He's going to kill me later. That's fine. I have life insurance policy, so it'll be fine. We have some beer that's delicious, so I'll just drink that before. I'll feed Nathan his favorite, the Gin Smash, Georgian Bay. Have beat the heat from Black Oak. There's a Saison here that's Collingwood, 3 point.
Oh, yeah.
And what is this? Swing Bridge Blonde. grabbed a bunch. I just got excited, and I forgot which ones I got. So it's always nice Manitoulin as well. So I tried to get some summer beers-ish, just get some different varieties. We can test them out. Here's some of Ryan's songs. Have a good time. Ryan, your album's coming out soon?
Yes, on August 29th. The album's called The Ruins.
Ruins.
And
it's kind of dark. Is it like a tomb, Egypt, kind of with the nerdy ancient civilization thing, or is there's some sort of other mix? Maybe a previous girlfriend or something like that?
Well, the idea was, it's basically, the concept came from trying to figure out how artists of the past, like the 60s and 70s, like a lot of my favorite artists, would try and, the Beatles have been a huge influence on this record.
Awesome.
How they would try to make the music of today if they heard it back then, and how to make it with the limited technology that they had back then. Rather than, how people do throwbacks, where they try to make older music, but we have like 100 times the technology. So it's like, how do you make like technological music with half the technology from back then? So I put limitations on myself on what I could use and making things in that spirit. So
you find that gives you more of a raw, intimate feel when you just kind of get yourself guitar, piano, and just kind of sing from the heart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that helps, I think, because you get the studio and polished, like pop stars. I won't pick anybody out, but you get everybody that's kind of auto-tuned, and
right.
It sounds fake.
Yeah.
It's the sound, but yeah, it's more important, I think, to hear somebody that's kind of raw and feeling. If you can't be there and live in the tour, at least you can kind of feel that when you listen to the record.
Yeah, and I even took that. I pretended, even though I'm using Logic and Pro Tools on an iMac, but
sure.
It's the Ruins mindset was just like, well, you just do it, and not try to like, so that I didn't tune my vocals for better or for worse. They just are what they are. They would be on the live kind of thing.
Just tune the guitar.
Just tune the guitar. Important. Yes, that's important. They did do that back in the day, so I can do it too.
That's
so
fair. You're loud.
Yeah.
All the pedals and the hardware, the amps, PV, all that sort of thing. Do you use those on a regular basis, or are you sticking with the digital versions of software and the plugins, things like that, to make your music?
So I used only emulations of older things.
Okay.
Not anything new. But the good thing about that is, like, if there was like a synth sound that I felt would really be good on this, but they didn't have this kind of synth back in the day. It's like, well, how do I do that? So maybe I have to play an acoustic guitar and layer that with an electric guitar that's just, driven through the board, what they used to do,
right,
with like a old Beatles saturation kind of thing. And it's like, well, that'll have to be my synth sound.
Just to kind of emulate the hardware with tubes, I guess.
Right, yeah. Exactly.
Just get that kind of chunky sound.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna make your record into LPs then? To
yeah. So
the 60s?
So this is my last. Well, I'm old school and I do records. So this is like a 10-song LP, and that the big thing now to do now is to do it in EPs and singles. Like, it's a singles-driven market, right?
Sure.
So I'm kind of a relic in that way, that I think still in that mindset of getting the record and have 10 songs to listen through and see it as a body of work, rather than just like, here's my song, here and there, and yeah.
You get those RCA 45s with the single on it? I don't know if you're going that way.
If I could find it, yeah, that'd be cool.
Sure. So you have the bigger ones. Are they 33s? Is that what they are? Are they still 45s? I don't know how they work.
I don't forget which were the 45s were just the little
the
singles.
small ones.
Yeah.
They had those little plastic inserts on them?
Yeah,
Usually 2 songs aside, I think, or something. Yeah.
No kidding. So you have a few songs in your EP, more than a couple songs. People will be able to listen to that. And on the LP, are you going to do the artwork just like they would in the case as well?
My friend, mutual friend of Chris and I's, Malcolm Donaldson took the shots, and we went out to this place and took some old shots by this kind of dilapidated, ruined house.
Cool.
And to kind of keep with it.
Did you go inside?
Well,
it's abandoned.
We probably couldn't. It had no floor.
Yeah. Oh, really? Was that done?
Yeah,
literally.
It was almost like the frame of a house in like this very like ruins, like really. Like,
I'm pretty sure if you touched it, it would fall down.
Really?
So yeah, it was pretty out there. Yeah.
Do you hear any voices? Do you see any specks or those glow? What are those circles, Chris? Do you know? The orbs.
The orbs.
Yeah, did you see any of those in the shots? Is this how
Well, I
dilapidated
always
weird
hear
it was?
voices. I don't know if the house had anything to do with that.
Did
But
you see the voices in orb form? Is that what you did?
I don't know, but we can go back and look at some of the footage to see if there's.
That'd be
any
kind
orbs
of
in it.
cool.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
you can see if you can picture somebody that was ex-girlfriend or something come to haunt you.
Yeah.
It
during a
is
shot.
it is a very eerie spot on the countryside of Ontario. I was
It's only
pretty
5
thrown
minutes
back
from my
there.
house, so I guess that's the.
Oh.
That was the.
So this creepy old house is almost neighbors to you.
Yeah, now we're calling it creepy. I'm a little worried.
You're moving, I take it.
I was rethinking the album cover. Maybe we should do something different.
Market's softened a bit in Ontario, so it should be good to find a house. It's affordable.
Yes,
Should be okay.
Yeah, should get on the ground floor. Yeah.
I'm not going to get into real estate anytime soon. I kind of feel it. It's not good. Harv, you came in, did a lot of shots and a lot of the video work for videos with Ryan in the Ruins video.
Yeah.
Song, EP. Mm-hmm. Anything in particular that beside the ghost house that you guys had a good time with or remembered?
Oh, well, we've done a lot of work lately. I don't want to spoil too many surprises, but we've done some. We've got a couple of videos that are going to launch in succession of the album itself, and we've got some work to do with that. And it's been a lot of fun. We've assembled a pretty decent crew to bring this creative vision to the forefront, and it's been a wild ride.
Can I get a favorite shot from you?
Favorite shot?
Put you on the spot. Is that too much of a spoiler?
No. Well, it's kind of spoiler-y. I think favorite shots so far.
We shot in a parking garage yesterday, and that was kind of
Parking garage was pretty cool.
That's probably my favorite one.
That was, and we did a lot of really fun stuff with it because it was kind of it was so Ryan. You might not know this album that he's doing. It is extremely intricate in its production values, and he's doing it all by himself. It's very Trent Reznor-like from Nails.
Sweet.
Nine Inch Nails. And so he doesn't have a backing band. And we shot a scene with a rock band behind him, and it was the first time I think we got a chance to realize what it would be like for a band to support Ryan. It was really cool to have that happen.
Yeah.
I think, though, I don't know.
I was kind of.
I
liked it
I
too.
won't say too much, but we did do a shoot in a creepy old building basement of a church, and that I think was probably my favorite shot so far. Because that was really weird.
Yeah.
There's just so many stories we keep drawing from it, and
Kind of nice that when you're tracking Ryan, you don't have to translate that in the video, because if you had to take different shots with you being different person in the band, it'd take forever.
Right.
It'd be an awesome live show, though.
Yeah.
Get talked about holograms and things like that. That kind of comes to mind, where you just have Ryan holograms all over. Kind of creepy to that house, but it'd be cool nonetheless.
Yeah.
Good experiment.
exactly.
Maybe next album if I get that hologram money. Then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'll let
Maybe put a hologram of Tupac in there.
Yeah, exactly. Hologram too.
no. I'm trying to picture it. Maybe MC Hammer. He's got the pants and he doesn't want to touch anything. You know that guy. You got to have those though. Those are awful.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like spandex. Got to go.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else are we going on for this album of yours, Ryan? You got a few songs. You're about to play Moon and Back, Last Forever, The Watcher, and Gaslight. Mm-hmm. Out of those four, is there a dark point that you're kind of reaching into your soul, or is this all happy-go-lucky and rainbow songs?
I don't know. Like my last record was a concept album, as far as like it told a story.
Right.
And I was being interviewed, and I told that this person it's more of a concept sonically. So it's just that old sounding in a new way. So I don't know if sometimes honestly the writing it's out of it is a very ethereal thing. Like it kind of writes itself sometimes.
Right.
The Watchers was like as you'll hear, it's a very darkish song, and that wasn't the original intent of it, but it just kind of wrote itself. And
because if you get the adrenaline pumping and you're talking about bells tolling and is it blood laying there and talking about somebody in your mind, just say the word, I'm going to come for you, and it's almost like it's kind of weird. It's almost like a passionate love story, but yet you have these dark elements of almost like war times and back in the 15th century or something like that, where you have kings and queens and prince and princesses.
Well, and that's cool. Like it can mean something to other people, like something different and
true.
other people. And it was it's actually it's a song about the devil talking to someone.
Okay.
And trying to woo them to his
Is that your
Hades.
subconscious, the devil? Is that what you're getting at, or am I going too far with this?
Well, I'm sure the devil's been there somewhere.
Yeah, there's always something.
somewhere along the line. But it's so it's that song is so we're talking about old things, and we were just talking about, like Chris and I were just talking about Queen, and so songs like Bohemian Rhapsody and Stairway to Heaven, like the rock anthems. That was my idea for this song. I wanted to do something that has movements and has a story and ends in this epic guitar solo, which obviously I won't play. I can't play today, but
no, I don't want to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
There's not too much room, and you don't want to be cramped.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of doing, it's weird. The 7 Bolts of Lightning comes into this song. That's my song from Wayne's World, I got to admit, from Queen, and it kind of blends well into, come down on to Heeds, I think you said, and, you're forever just like me. It's almost like that. I'll say Greek god sort of esque thing where the devil and the gods and the superficial are coming down to this big ideology, and just everything comes crashing down in emotions. And it's kind of wild.
Yeah.
So I guess I can see where that Queenism is coming from.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You try to emulate Freddie Mercury anyway? You tend to dress like him, or
I don't
are you
know
just
if I
kind of
could
an idol
even
of yours?
begin to try, but I actually I got married in 2015, and on the way to our honeymoon in Switzerland, there was, you have nothing to do for however many hours, and they had Night at the Opera as one of the albums you can listen to, and
nice.
And I never really sat down to listen to Queen. I mean, I knew songs like Under Pressure and another one, Bites of Dust,
Popular
and stuff
ones.
like that. Yeah. So, but just listening to that album and just I was just blown away. And the word I always said was just imagination. Like they just had the imagination to think of that kind of thing and just do it, and that really spurred me on. Like it really it was an influence. The imagination that they had was an influence on me, and definitely on this song in particular.
Do you think that imagination was drug induced back then, or do you think Freddie actually had the imagination to come up with this lyrics just for fun?
Yeah,
thought I'd ask.
I don't know. I think he was. I mean, they were. I mean, I don't know. The people of the 16th, 70s I guess they seem to be much more. They could handle their
liberal
stuff a bit better. Yeah,
his stereotype is usually, but you never know.
Yeah.
And Freddie kind of seems a little out there, eccentric, I guess you could say, and he was very animated and passionate about his music.
Definitely,
it's kind of cool to see.
And the lyrics are very cryptic, and even the band members are very quiet about what that means, because apparently it meant very something like sacred to him or sacred to Freddie. So I think even some of that same mythology or imagery that he had in Bohemian Rhapsody came out in this in that song.
It's kind of fun not to spoil everything either, because if you give away everything, or let's say give away the farm, if you will, then it's not fun for the audience and the fans. It's like me, I'm trying to conceptualize and visualize exactly what that means to me.
Right.
And if you give it all away, this is what I think, then kind of spoils the fun a bit.
Yeah, that's okay.
You're grooving at the last song, Chris. I think it was Gaslight. You're liking that one?
Mm-hmm. I was, yeah.
We were playing earlier. We kind of, Ryan was giving a bit of a tease, and it was a good time. Kind of reminds you of the grunge area, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. Little rock and roll.
Yeah.
Holes in the knees. Good time with jeans, long hair.
Yeah. And then you really just hammered on the guitar in places. Yeah. It was
Still
good.
got a jean jacket with your cat shirt, right?
And a fanny
Bring
pack.
it out.
No.
No, really?
No.
Oh,
No. I didn't do jean jacket. No.
Yeah. I think Chris said that was a Prince meets punk song.
Yeah, it very much like Prince meets punk.
Yeah.
A little bit of a. There's just a lot going on in that song.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to hear the final version of it.
It's actually nice doing acoustic versions, because when you hear the real, like the actual songs, it might to have the difference of it, like a full band version versus an acoustic.
I think Red Hot Chili Peppers does that most. You're a big fan of them, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So when they go crazy on stage, it's really electric. But then when you get to the acoustic set, say with XM or say local like Edge 102 in Toronto or FM 96 in London, you can hear the acoustic, and they're still jamming away and having a good time. But yeah, you're right. It sounds so different.
Yeah, and that's the fun of it. That's it offers something more. replay value of a song. You know,
Yeah,
and
it
has
does.
more. Yeah.
And then everybody kind of gets more involved and back to that intimate feeling and emotion. Hooked in, and it's love at first sight. I guess you could say.
Yeah, for sure.
Lack of better expression.
Yeah.
What's your favorite RCHP song?
Oh boy. So I got into them probably from hearing the beginning riff of Scar Tissue, and that was the song that made me get into them. And then I was in high school, and so I got Californication, and it's funny, I had a little fight with it because I had already, I think you remember the days of taking a chance and buying a CD for one song and hoping that the rest were okay. So I'd already done that a lot.
HMV, Sunrise Records.
Yeah.
That was
Music World was like where I went for
that
this.
was the whole era. I guess what 80s and 90s we're talking about. You do just go for that song, that one or two.
Yeah.
So you took a chance on the Chili Peppers.
Yeah. So I heard Scar Tissue and it says, I do like this, but you know what? I'm not going to buy just for the one song. And then Other Side came out, and I'm like, well, that's a good song too.
Now you got two songs.
So but I still held on. But then I heard Californication and said, well, that's it. I got to buy this.
Third time's
I
a
got to buy
charm.
this song.
Was it $19 for an album back then?
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
Yeah, wow.
It's worth it.
Yeah, well, when you hit it, it was worth it. Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
And now hopefully you like more than 3.
Well, definitely. And so as I was listening to them and trying to get into them, like I realized that it's like, oh, they were the one that's saying, "Give it away, give it away, give it away."
Yes.
Like you don't know,
They sure did.
Yeah. And Under the Bridge was a big one. It's like, oh, I didn't even know they sang this song too. So they were just one of those bands that are seminal in your life without even knowing it because their song is so popular. It's just part of the
Just culture
your
in that day.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't even know what happened. You just hear them in your sleep all day long.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're incredibly diverse, right?
Yeah.
I mean, way back in their 80s days, they blended rap with rock and had that, California kind of vibe to them.
Yeah.
And then they transitioned into the grunge era. They managed to just carve out a really great niche. And like you said, seminal to your time.
For sure.
They're just a band that everybody knows because they exist in your ears in one way or another, right?
And traditionally, they aren't the stereotypical band from the late 80s. They've got the bass player who I don't know what planet he came from, but he's amazing.
Flea? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's just wow. He
Unreal.
makes me look normal, and I appreciate that. And then you have the other guys. There's one long hair, short hair. There a couple guys with mustaches, and they just seem like they're just friends that came together one day. Didn't even look at each other. Just started playing.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just a whole
definitely in their live
mishmash.
shows, you see that brotherhood and camaraderie that comes out in their music, and that's a cool thing.
Get the sweat in the mason jar. It's a good day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottle it.
The true test is really like a band evolving itself over the years.
They've done that.
and staying fresh.
Now they're on James Corden. I think that's him.
Oh,
Yeah,
the carpool karaoke.
That's viral now. And
Oh, yeah.
if you make it to carpool karaoke, you made it.
First,
Yes,
okay, great. They're the new SNL.
Yeah.
It Flea's in the back just banging on the seats and have it wailing, and I don't know.
Flea was in Back to the Future, eh?
Really?
Yeah.
Who was he?
And the Big Lebowski, he was one of the nihilists.
Oh, yeah. I totally forgot. Oh, yeah.
What?
I'm now remembering seeing him because he was in the truck. He was the guy like, what are you, chicken? Right?
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's the
Amazing.
guy.
Trying to race him?
Needles his best
Do you
friend.
think he
like-
has a DeLorean?
He has the money for one. I mean,
He has the
built
money
his
for
own.
like 5.
exactly.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm sure he'd love for it to go back in time. I'm sure.
Well, I don't know about him. I think he's happy where he is.
Yeah.
Besides a few teeth, he's got it made.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay. Yeah.
It did part of this Beers and Bands add some beer here. As I said, took a few selections. So I guess go to the guest. Out of the 4, Ryan, what are we looking to try first? I don't. Are you a beer snob, or you just kind of drink them? I don't know. Do you make your own?
I don't make mine. No.
Okay, so you enjoy them like I do.
Yeah.
Chris, he used to call him the king of beers.
King of beers. Yeah.
He makes his own, and now he judges.
I am an ale person. I will say that. So this
Okay.
blonde ale
Oh, I
definitely
judge.
has
Bridge.
my. You judge me. That's,
No, I'm not judging you.
He wants to
no,
drink
I'm
it
just
first.
saying we'll judge the
There you
beers.
go.
well, for
Make sure
sure.
you know.
Not all
Yeah,
beers
That's
created
real.
equal.
Here you
Yeah,
go ahead
sure,
and
exactly, yeah.
play bartender. We'll pass it around like we're in school or something.
Hey, Chris, when are we going to get some of your brews here? When's that going to happen?
I got probably like 1 or 2 in the back of the fridge still.
Oh, sad.
Some bottles.
I could
Just
bring
thought-
it sometime.
While we're pouring, Chris, what favorite type of beer to brew? I don't even know if we've ever talked about that.
Well, I'd like to try and keep to something that's like simple. Keep it simple, stupid.
Oatmeal
kind of
stout,
deal.
simple.
No, I didn't really have any good luck with trying to make a complex beer or making recipes up.
It's a lot of work.
Well, it's a lot of grain, and then when you put in all that, $20-$30 worth of grain, and then it ends up being blah.
And then it's maybe get a glass of it.
So what I did is I just brewed with like 1 or 2 grains, 2 hops, make it simple.
Leave it there. I'll finish it. Don't worry. It's all good. He's worried about
the ones
don't
I
let it
have
waste.
is IPA in the back of the fridge, so we can try that sometime.
Give her a shot. See what you think. Part of it, just pretend to be a beer snob.
Yeah.
I'm definitely a beer snob.
Well,
So
it's
you
very
teach-
clear.
So you teach Ryan about the beer, and he just says, "Fine, if it's good, I like it."
No. We have very different palates when it comes to our drinking,
Really?
but we do love pissing each other off with 2 kinds of beer.
So one guy is a vodka and Red Bull guy, and the other guy is beer guy. Is that what's going on here?
No,
Chris is a bitter and hops kind of
Okay.
guy, and I'm I love a good strong ale or kind of thing. So
but we're always willing to try each other's beers, so
Yeah.
that's keep our friendship going. And I mean, after a couple, what does it matter?
exactly, we all end up the same way.
If you start going to the commercial pilsners, then we got to break our friendship or
Agreed.
just hop into the hard stuff like Jack Daniels.
That's right.
It doesn't matter at that point.
It's funny too. If you think about it. I mean, back in the day, my dad was buying beer. I mean, he still does. But back when I was a kid, you didn't have a whole lot of selection, right? It was your Molson, your Labatt's, and if you're lucky, you got an import like Guinness. That was
Nope.
Not even there.
it was
Old Milwaukee was the import.
there you go. Yeah, and now we're so spoiled with so many new beers.
Yeah,
that,
craft beer, like that movement's
And
huge.
you said the
Yes.
LCBO strike was happening,
is it actually happening?
and I pointed and laughed. I almost fell off my chair at the TV. Who cares? We got all this stuff.
Exactly. You know what? Now that I realize, that's the best part about in Ontario, them selling beer at the grocery stores and the Walmarts. Let them go on strike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not
really.
the only king in town anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Walmart's going to put their beer on sale, and they'll call it a summer party or something.
that's
Barbecue will be outside like they always do. Trampolines. It'll be a good time.
Fantastic. What does everyone think of this?
I would think you'd like this, Chris, because
I'm
it does
digging
have a bit of a bitter finish.
Manitoulin Brewing.
yeah, I do like it.
Little Current, Ontario.
Yeah.
Is that way up north?
Way up.
For American friends, they don't know what
The
north
Sioux,
is.
Maybe?
but-
I don't know.
Sault Ste. Marie?
Somewhere up there,
So
I'm
we're getting
guessing.
what? Minneapolis territory somewhere? Ish? Not quite.
No, I don't think so.
I'm trying. Geography
I
wasn't
don't.
my thing.
I don't really dig blondes myself. But
Yeah, I would even say this isn't
Chris.
even like this is not what I would expect a blonde
No.
to taste like.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely different. It's good. I mean,
Swingbridge?
Swingbridge, yeah, not a bad beer.
You okay with it?
It's
5%.
okay.
Just
It's
on
okay.
point.
yeah, like
I mean, it's not like I kind of get that. I look for that. That.
I told you I'm not bartender. Hold on a second.
How many have you had, Elijah?
I know he spilled it all over.
I had a few before you came.
Ah, there you go.
I don't know. I mean,
Rookie.
like I feel like I could just grab this and chug it right after
That's
I'm done
exactly
the
it.
lawnmower.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna enjoy it. I just want to drink it.
Agreed. I want a beer that like
Like a blonde.
I want to feel.
I just
I want to feel when I'm drinking a beer. I want to drink it all, but I'm sad to watch it go. Or that's what I want.
Yeah.
You want that sublime
Yeah.
feeling.
Yeah.
yeah. But I don't feel that way with
no,
this.
I
There's
don't
a
feel
tiny kick in the throat, but yeah, it's
It-
probably
like, it's
designed
okay.
for everybody who is afraid of beer to go
Yeah.
to Swing
To
Bridge.
try a beer.
Absolutely.
Just not like marijuana where it's an entry level beer, but Swing Bridge is good to get into.
I almost feel it has that commercial kind of taste to it.
It's a
but
visual reference. You get the idea.
Yeah, no, I get
Sorry,
you.
Gateway beer. That's the
Gateway-
term.
that's what we're talking about.
Thank you. Oh, look, Swing Bridge, Gateway. I got it.
well done.
That's
I
pretty
gotta
decent.
I gotta stick to
Yeah,
ancient
it's light.
civilizations
It's
or something.
refreshing. You know.
Not good.
Yeah, I agreed. I would drink that over a blue or.
Or yeah, for
I
sure.
would
For
hope
sure.
so.
Oh, sure.
It is more like a lager than a ale. That's what I
Yeah.
find.
It
You
does. It
disappointed?
does.
You
Yeah.
had to just rip off the label. Try again. Is that where we're going with this? You can be honest.
Well,
I think that's what it is. It was more of an ale. Or, sorry, it was more of a lager than an ale, and it was more bitter than like.
Yeah.
So it's just you're right. It wasn't what you would expect.
when you're drinking a blonde,
blonde ale.
you're thinking that
It should be light.
it should be really light. Yeah,
and it
that's-
wasn't.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
I think they just threw that on the label to bring people in, or maybe they thought it was a blonde. But
That's
it
Well,
Chris.
this
He's
must
the
be
expert.
part of their gateway line, right?
could be. That's
not the-
no
that's
other
not the hook
way
you-
to
No,
describe
there's
it.
no way. Yeah, yeah. I mean, every company's got
You're
to
on
have
a swing
their
bridge,
names.
like beer
Yeah,
or gin smash. I don't know.
All the names of beers these days. It's crazy.
But it's the artwork that's
Yeah.
on the cans
Yeah.
too. Like they're great.
Flying
The
Monkeys.
labels.
I don't know if you've seen them. They're way out there with their labels.
or Collective Arts.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Both those companies are just like, you know what?
Nickelbrook went on the science thing, and they have all these weird sours out in Hamilton, closer to you, Ryan, and it just bonkers stuff that they put out. It's like engineers and scientists out there.
Yeah. I love Nickelbrook. They're a fantastic brewery. I've yet to have a bad beer by them.
Try their green apple.
No, I'm not a big fruit beer drinker.
They brewed it with apple juice, so it's not like a Summersby, but it has some flavor, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's a diabetic coma,
overwhelming.
if you will.
I try it, but I generally like my beer to be beer flavored. That's kind of what
True.
that's what I'm looking for. But
But how do you
it.
feel about Rattlers though? Because they're like a half mix.
I mean, if I had a few beers already, I'll probably put a Rattler down. But
So you're
I
a
don't think-
hardcore enthusiast. You
Yeah.
have to like a guy with a beer and a plaid jacket has to drink a beer.
No, I mean
Lots of hops.
everybody's to each their own. I'm not going to judge at what anybody else drink unless you drink Coors Light. Then we might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope we're not looking to get.
I told you,
sponsored by
Chris.
them,
It
'cause-
was dark.
Nope.
I reached in the fridge. I didn't know what it was. I'm sorry.
Thanks,
Put-
buddy.
I got a light bulb for you.
Yeah.
It'll do.
but-
I only get sponsors for things I believe in.
Hey, there you go.
Thank you.
Right on.
Water isn't one of them.
That's true.
Right.
Get out that on the tap. Yeah, no. When it comes
For
to
free.
my drinks of choice, I just like specific flavors, not this infusing and whatnot. Like same with my
yeah.
whiskey, I want it to taste like whiskey. I don't want maple flavored whiskey. I don't want apple flavored whiskey. I want whiskey flavored whiskey. Just, you know.
Okay, you had me at maple. I don't know.
Oh, you're a fan of the maple?
Maple
I would-
bacon whiskey.
yeah,
Come
maple
on.
bacon,
You know what? I
Wow.
pour maple whiskey
Sweet,
on my
smoky.
pancakes. I would do that for sure.
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
heartbeat. But I wouldn't drink it like a whiskey.
Don't
I mean,
after you've done the pancakes, plate goes up. It's magical.
so do that.
Yeah,
But
okay.
that's just my palate, right? When it comes
Yeah.
to the beers, same sort of thing. I like what they are to be what they are, and that's it. But again, I get it. We got to get the kids drinking more. So you put your cotton candy flavored beer out there and reel it with you.
It brings a family atmosphere, really.
Yeah. I mean, for me though, like maybe I'm not the best person to speak on the subject because I remember before ciders were a thing, my buddy and I used to have this thing. He loved Strongbow.
Oh yeah.
And I used to love Guinness. I still love Guinness, but there's other beers nowadays.
Fair.
And
Spread
I would
the
try
love.
to drink his Strongbow. I'm like, this has an aftertaste of peanuts. And I don't know why, but yeah, it just did not
Strange.
agree with me. So I've never really been a fan of ciders or any kind of fruit.
Did you
In
mix
my
the two
beer.
together? Little Guinness,
No,
little
no.
Summersby. Is that gross or is that
No,
happy?
but you
feel
would
like-
start off with Guinness for the night and then end up with a Strongbow.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's
Yeah.
that's a traditional way to drink. So yeah, so maybe that's kind of scarred my taste buds
That was my college years, let me tell you.
for sure. I remember doing black and tans. Those
oh,
are-
whoa.
Black Russians, white Russians.
Black and tans. It's what is it? It's basically the Guinness and is it the blue? No, that's blue and tan. No, do you remember?
I don't recall.
I can remember.
no.
I'm lost.
They were
I'm
just a
sorry.
mixed drink that.
Yeah.
I know the
Made
three
you pretty
wise
messy.
men. That's all I had in the winter in college. Little Johnny B, little Johnny Black, and I think it was Jack in there as well. Top three of those. Take a shot. Good to go. Warmed up, ready to go home in the winter climb. It's good.
It's good. We did that with Irish car bombs too.
Oh,
Those are fun. Fun drink.
it's a wild name. Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys have had those?
No.
I've never
no.
had an
What?
Irish and a car.
Okay, so what it is, it's a half pint of Guinness.
I don't know what this
Take
is.
a shot
Alright.
glass and you take Jameson's and Bailey's, throw it in the shot glass.
Okay.
You drop it and then you go. It tastes like an alcoholic chocolate milk, really.
Is that like a B-52?
No, B52 I think is just the shot. But it's Bailey's and something, but I don't
Bailey's
know what.
and something.
And
yeah.
beehive hair.
Yeah, but imagine throwing that into a half a pint of Guinness and then tossing it back.
Yeah. That's got to be tasty.
It's a party drink, really.
Yeah, it is.
What do you think of the bar scene, Ryan? You go around touring or see musicians touring for, some choose next to nothing, some choose a fair, let's say, hourly wage. Have you seen a variety of people come through the mic? And have you seen the behind the mic and maybe in the seat as an audience? Is there much of a difference as you kind of progress to 2:00 in the morning? I guess what I'm trying to get at is the treatment of musicians. Do you find that usually touring around the bars and being local, that there's kind of a underappreciation for musicians starting out? It's a long one, sorry.
That's okay. I think it's 50-50. And like for myself, which haven't done a lot of touring or anything, but playing per se, it depends, because there's some people, because the indie scene, kind of like the craft beer scene, it's kind of come up, right? So it's no longer the like I remember I went to a friend's house and he said, "Hey, do you want some homemade beer?" And I kind of looked. I was like, "Really? Like homemade beer? Like you just at that time, yeah, exactly. You just thought like, okay, well, beer's supposed to be made somewhere else. But now and so when someone says like I'm an independent musician, like back in the day, you might get like a Snicker or something like that. But both things have come up. So
not just playing in your basement for a bunch of college friends.
Yeah. And so and so playing, is a people appreciate the independent musician, I think, a bit more. But there are all those people that still you get heckled, and I think it's just
Fair.
like anything.
I guess anywhere.
Yeah.
So, the Blues Brothers, were they up stage where the screen was up there throwing bottles or something like that?
Oh, with the cage?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You've never been to a place with a cage, I hope.
I've been to
Scary
a place
place,
with
throwing
cage.
bottles at it, and they're running out and hit the trap door.
I think I'm at Roadhouse now. Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Good memories. Yeah. They have a Roadhouse South London. Not quite the same place.
I don't think it's the same place.
Few.
Yeah.
What song are you picking here? Play first, Ryan. I've got a little distracted with beer and
Yeah,
having a good
no
time.
problem. I'm happy to.
Moon Back, Last Forever, The Watcher, Gaslight.
Yeah, To the Moon and Back. It's kind of my ode to Motown. Stevie Wonder and
Jackson 5.
Jackson 5 kind of, yes, exactly,
Cool.
kind of thing. Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right.
Girl, you know I need you every day of my life. Girl, you know I want you till the end of time. Don't try to fight it, girl, because destiny spell you and I. Oh, because your love can always take me, always be the make or break me. Girl, you are one of a kind. 'Cause I'm calling out to you, calling out to you, calling out to you. Hey, baby, calling out to you, seeking out the truth, calling out to you, oh girl. I still believe that we are more than just another walking out of a life. So walk a store with me and let's see what's on the other side. Girl, you know I needed you so long. Oh, you never have to fight for me. Girl, you know life without you so wrong. I'd always be around. So tonight, hold on tight and let me take you for a ride, because my love, oh, can take it to the moon and back.
Motown it is. Little groove, kind of soul. Moon Back. What were you thinking when you're going through the song? Is it one of these where it just kind of evolved into something, or do you have a purpose in mind?
That one, it's probably like so I had Motown, but probably the one who I guess was spearheading that idea, the spirit of that was Stevie Wonder. So songs like For Once in My Life and there's another one, My Cherie Amour. Like his very early Motown songs were like kind of the driving force behind a song like that, for sure.
Any particular words that stand out for you that really resonate, or is it just the song is awesome, forget it?
of
The
Moon
Moon
and Back.
Back, yeah.
Like any favorite lyrics I have of it?
Yeah, for yours. When you're writing it, do you kind of have that moment where you, well, that's amazing, and you keep jotting it down, or do you just kind of, the whole song altogether is awesome?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't think I reinvented the wheel too much, but I guess, like, the chorus says, girl, I've needed you so long. You'll never have to fight for me. Girl, life without you so wrong. I'd always be around. Rather than, I don't know. I took a little bit of pleasure in not doing "Girl, I've loved you for so long." Like a song, like a lyric that's been said over and over. I said, how can I say the same sentiment but just say it a bit differently?
It's almost you taking the chase,
right?
You're trying to get her or win her over, I guess you could
yes,
say, instead of her kind of flying into your arms like Stevie Wonder is used to, I'm sure.
Right. Yes.
Although you can't see
even though he never sees it.
Yeah.
Well, you can feel people's arms. Come on, man. What's going on? I can't see you hugging me. Come on, really? That's low.
I
Man.
lied. No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't either.
Okay,
You
fine.
definitely. I just want to say with To the Moon and Back, you definitely. I could feel the Jackson 5-ness in it.
Yes, definitely.
And I'm sure that's very. I could see Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Playing
Well, I mean,
that back.
it's no secret. I mean, Michael Jackson is probably my biggest influence as a musician, and anything I do musically will probably always have a root or a thread of him in it.
Funny that you're talking about Jackson 5, I Want You Back is kind of homage to, I suppose, what we're talking about, the same feeling and just
Right, that's what you
the
felt,
chase, as you will.
Yeah.
Do you have the moonwalk down? White glove? Not
I
quite?
don't. I've done the moonwalk in front of Chris, but he's got me. It depends on how many beers.
Right. So we'll work out a few more and see what happens.
Good thing this is podcast, so I don't have to.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, he's doing it right now.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
doing it flawlessly. Whoops,
This
sorry.
is perfect. Off the table, hopping around 180, 370, 720, whatever you want to do.
Wow, was that a lean, Ryan? That's brilliant.
Yeah, it's Tony Hawk and moonwalking at the same time. So there you go. They won't know the
Michael
difference.
Jackson parkour, jumping off the
Speaking
streets
of-
and stuff.
Funny story about Ryan.
Okay.
Oh,
Is it embarrassing? Please
I don't
go.
think it's embarrassing. Have you have impersonated Michael Jackson? Am I correct? Saying such things.
yes, I have.
Want to share one of those experiences with us?
Well, it was a kind of interesting. So I just got out of school, and you get out of school, and you're like, okay, now I need to work. Like now I need to make
some
some
cash.
money.
Yes.
So you go on any like a self-respecting person does. They go on Craigslist, and somehow I found Michael Jackson impersonator needed for a party in Toronto. So
forget the clowns, the balloon animals. Forget it. It's Michael
it's
Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
Nice.
Yeah, I could do this, right?
Yeah. So it just so
This will be fun.
I
Yeah.
do this in the shower. I got it.
Yeah. Perfect.
yeah, and it had a weird and kind of sad moment of like, 'cause it seems like a large part of my life led up to this moment, all the singing and dancing as a kid. But
That's good.
so I said, okay, fine. So it got black jacket and all that kind of stuff, and
Nice.
went, and it was this party. It was like a girl leaving her department or something like that. It wasn't even like a birthday party, but like this girl was having
an office party.
no, it was I guess it was her friend was throwing it for her. So I guess it was some kind of surprise party, but it wasn't a birthday party.
Huh. Okay. Sure.
Yeah, so I
It's
kind
off to a good start.
yeah, so it was just in this kind of like Toronto townhouse, and they kind of ushered me in the back, and then I'm getting ready, and then I remember just before I went out, I looked in the mirror and I said, I wonder where my life is going to go from here. But anyways,
I got a few options.
yes.
Is this it? Is this?
So I walked out, did my thing, and they were very gracious and
I was afraid that you're going to go to a point where instead of the police or fireman uniform, they brought over Michael Jackson, and this is a bar mitzvah or something like that, perhaps. And at least you didn't have to change outfits in front of ladies.
No.
That gets a little awkward. It's on Craigslist, so you never know.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah.
Did you keep doing that? Did that kind of get you hooked on the impression, or did you say, no, this is too weird and I got to
I guess I just kind of said, well, if anyone ever wants it, but I guess I never actively looked
you didn't go around advertising on Craigslist.
No.
10% increase. I'm so good.
I always remember so I basically drove there, did the thing, drove back home, and then like I was sweating, so I'm getting my clothes off and getting ready to shower, and I just remember it's like, I wonder what if those people know. I mean, I'm sure they know they don't think it's a glamorous life, but it's just like, I wonder if they know that like this Michael Jackson impersonator is like just now in his underwear, just drenched in like, it's like, oh gosh, I just want to go to bed now.
You're right. They don't see that other side. I guess just for the musician too. They see you on stage having a good time, singing, entertaining the crowd, doing the encore, and then you go off in the back in the green room and just kind of crash.
Yeah.
And just turn into a hot mess of snoring.
Yeah.
So you don't picture all that, just the good stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, that's show business.
Yeah, it's
show
just better than clown. A lot of people are scared by them. Michael Jackson's a happy place for many, so that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Would you dress up as Red Hot Chili Peppers? You go for that? Or is it just Michael that you want to impersonate?
If someone thought I looked like Anthony Kiedis, I'd be tremendously honored because he never seems to age or be fantastic. But
Right.
so far the calls on my Craigslist ad to be Anthony Kiedis have
Not yet.
they haven't not much traffic. No.
You got to renew that ad every 10 years.
Yeah.
I think.
Exactly.
Something like that.
Oh, I didn't know there was a 10-year. That's right.
Yeah. So I think I'll take a pick. There's Colin. All right, so got another one promised. A couple beers. 3 Point Saison, Collingwood Brewery. Got to make the magic sound. It's what I do in life. Like Michael Jackson impersonations, I just crack open beers on the microphone. That's all. Just pour this one.
That's a signature, right?
Well, that was awful. I'm gonna try that one later.
Bad pour, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. Ryan, please show up that pour because I'm not a bartender.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
awful.
not a bartender either, but
This podcast.
I guess I've
Well,
just had a
you
lot
know.
of practice of pouring.
I got all the gross out of the way. It's good.
Right, let's
Beautiful.
Saison. Yeah.
Saison.
Chris,
yeah.
let's show us how it's done. There you go. Oh, it's got tilt cup. Beautiful.
Oh,
Beautiful
yeah.
form, sir.
Well, the double tilt.
The what?
The double tilt.
Oh, yeah. I thought we were focused on the glass. Like, what is going on?
There we
Look at
go.
That's
You took
beautiful.
some foam off that one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Good job, sir.
I cut his own foam.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Reach in. Can I have an extra sip?
Yeah, no, there's plenty left for you.
Yeah.
can.
Now, we've tried these
Classic.
guys
Thank
before, eh? The
Have we?
downhill ski something.
Oh,
or
yeah,
other.
yeah.
Yeah.
Same brewery?
Same brewery.
They're up in the cottage country.
Yeah.
Hipsters. Wow. What's going on?
It's got a sweetness to it.
Is that malt?
I think I might be.
Allergic?
Nope.
Oh, good.
Well, maybe, but
Wow.
no. It's just I've
That's not what I expected.
Does it remind you of something?
It's
Wheels are spinning.
yeah. My what's what I'm trying to say?
Taste buds?
My words
Oh.
may not mean anything because I don't think I'm a saison person. I've had the Innocent Gun. Did you ever try the Innocent Gun
Oh, yeah.
saison? And that was the first saison I've ever had. So it seems like saison has a certain kind of taste, and it's just not. For me.
Oh, it's like the range is huge on it. This like saison is supposed to be somewhat like sour, kind of like
yeah, like sour
like
and like almost, but very spicy, like cinnamon and
yeah.
like,
But
a
this is very
Sweet
nice.
or honey thing or something? I don't know if that's
right.
malt or sweet. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It
Chris
tastes like
knows.
the chai. It's the chai tea of beer, and I don't like chai tea or this kind of thing. So it's just that's why it's not my thing.
I'm not doing well here. You should be batting 1,000.
This is
Everybody enjoys it. Now it's-
7%.
Last two better be good.
Now they call it a farmhouse ale. If
Right.
they happen to use a strain that requires fermentation at high temperatures, hence being in a farmhouse
Right.
or farm or a barn, right? Fermentation at like 30 degrees.
That's what.
Anyway, 7%. So it's probably like eating up everything.
Right.
The yeast.
So that's what happens? The yeast kind of just shrivels up, for lack of a better expression. It kind of gets that weird sweet honey thing going on.
Well, a lot of the flavor sometimes the profiles are coming from the yeast and the temperature that they're working at.
So you can actually get a little sweeter because of the 30-degree
I don't know
barnhouse?
what the yeast would do
You
for
make
this.
that stuff. You should know.
Well, I've never used a farmhouse.
I don't have a spare farmhouse
Just
going.
false hope, cat shirts. That's all he
I don't
knows.
know. I mean,
Great.
what they use, they don't say on here. I'm just saying that, it says here a mellow honey sweetness. Well, definitely is sweet for a saison, for sure.
Yeah.
If you could say
And that's-
something. Sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
I was just going to ask you, and that's in contrast. I think is it a lager that's fermented at cold temperatures?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and
You're on your way to
ales,
making this stuff.
everything else.
Well done.
You'd be so happy.
I,
with me.
I read a sign at the beer store every once in a while.
Touche. That's
Yeah.
all it need.
Lagers
pretty
are
cans.
hard to do though because of the temperature control that you need to actually and the time because it literally takes like months for it to come out. Yeah,
So it almost feels like you're feeling it. Lasts forever. Is that where we're going with this?
I like this.
I was hoping to
It's not
say.
bad. It's not bad. But again, the sweets kind of got me a little bit.
Perturbed. Oh,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's not quite your favorite. What was that drink that you thought was too sweet? Summersby.
Oh, yeah, ciders. Any strong
the
blower
ciders.
So
ciders.
that's not quite cider. It
No,
wants
drink
to be.
this over cider.
Oh,
No,
thank
but
you.
this is I mean this is classified as a strong beer, but
Yeah.
the sweetness hides the
Yeah.
fact that it's not hot.
It gets closer to
alcohol.
Kool-Aid and it tricks you.
Yeah. Like this would be dangerous. You could pound
sure.
back a few of those. Right.
You
Gotta
put
use
3 or
or
4 of
low.
these back, and
If
you're
I-
like, all right, I've had
Yeah,
way too
you're
much.
done.
It tastes
Yeah.
clovey to like. I don't know.
Well, there is a bit of spice on that.
They're lighter than some session ales and IPAs, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah. No, it's surprise.
Pretty good. Yeah. I enjoy it for what it is.
Taste buds feel like they last forever. Your song lasts forever. I can do the cheesy segue. It's so good. Dad joke. I got to practice. I'm sorry. Just Father's Day.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. I still got it. I'm sorry, Ryan.
No, no problem.
This song is a little different. It's kind of darker, a little bit. Not quite as dark as, say, The Watcher coming up, but maybe you should just give it a try. You want to play that one?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it.
Speak your mind, do you want me to go? I won't trouble you if you do. I was just wondering if maybe this night could just last forever. Oh, last forever. Yeah. And tell me all of it's in my head. Or did you feel the same things too? Or maybe it's desperation, so it lasts forever. Oh, lasts forever. Yeah. Tell me what is my life anyways, if I don't have you by my side? If the sun was to go down and you never know how I'm feeling this way, yes, then it's all a lie. So if you feel it, then call me lady. I can guarantee I will be. And we'd float off into the moonlight and last forever. Oh, last forever.
It's Last Forever, one of the songs from your Ruins EP. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You like it?
I do. It's a song I think was written about my wife's and I's first date.
Oh.
Wow.
So first date lasts forever? Or the relationship?
Well, it's just a feeling of like, well, or not to make a long story short, we had many first dates because there's a lot of false starts in our relationship and a lot of rocky roads to get to like, okay, are we together yet? Or like whatever. But
She plays the head games. You say, okay, let's just get on with this. Are we going to date or not? I got songs to play.
To
and
be
people
fair,
to
there was there was little back and forth going
Gotcha.
on, but it was basically the moment when you realize, like, finally your energies connect and you want it to, that feeling of quote unquote that moment you feel of being in love.
Right.
You want it to last forever.
kind of embrace the feeling together instead of worrying if you're on the cusp of being friend zoned
Right.
or something like that, because that's not fun.
No.
Not a lot of nerds go through that.
The F
I've been
word.
there.
Yeah. No go.
What? I don't want to go shopping with you. I just want to, make spaghetti or something. I don't know what the people do on dates anymore. It's been too long. Married 12 years. Sorry. Harv's just laughing at me. He
you don't
knows
even know
though.
what the game is anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Just
Games change, buddy.
So just wake up one day and hope you survive.
That's
Do what you're told and go
Yeah.
back to bed.
that's marriage.
All right.
Yeah, it's done. Sorry, Ryan. Magic's kind of
She
gone.
didn't kill me last night.
That's lasting forever. Yeah. Did I make her mad today? No.
I
Oh,
made
what
it
did I
to the
do?
bed. I
Yeah,
must
yeah.
have done something right.
Yeah, not on the couch or the floor.
No.
Yeah, that's good. That's So you don't like that saison, sir?
I
That
I
doesn't
like it
last forever.
fine, but I don't think I'm gonna go out and be like, I gotta go buy a whole bunch of these. Do you know what I mean? It's like any beer. If I really like it, I'm buying more of it. And I don't know.
But you
I mean, if I bought in one of those mystery packs, I wouldn't be sad that I had it.
But you'd rather have Ryan's Ruin album than the saison.
I would much rather have Ryan's Ruins album than this.
I can't.
Yeah.
I got to get the taste out of my mouth. Hold on a
You
second.
feel the same then, I see. Yeah, okay, all right.
I do like your album though, for the
Oh,
record.
thank you, thank
in case we're getting that
For the
confused.
record.
Yeah.
Aha, but
Oh,
I'm-
look at that! I'm punning and I don't know it.
some might call you the
Well,
Punisher.
for what it's worth,
Yes.
you do feel the weight of it after.
Yeah,
Yes,
definitely.
you
feel,
do,
You feel
yeah.
the strongness
Yeah.
afterwards.
What I don't like in
strongness, the
beers
strength.
is how when you drink it, you taste the alcohol.
Right. Absolutely.
Is that bad?
It is bad because it's.
I guess you expect that from whiskey or something where it's strong.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Like
150
you're looking
proof
for
stuff.
malt, you're looking for hops, like you're looking for basically every flavor except the alcohol flavor where it hangs on you like mouthwash.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of does.
You
It's
know what
weird.
I mean?
It's kind of the point of beer, right? It's like, oh yeah, I want to get a good taste out of it, but you don't want to taste the booze.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And this hides it well at 7%.
I
Like,
guess if this is a pairing thing going on where you're supposed to drink it with food, maybe that would work because chewing stuff usually washes away the flavor. But
I would think, yeah. I mean, most beers these days they're trying to pair them with like meats and cheeses and like like crackers with it too. Like it's,
don't get your nose up. It's beer.
I know, but that's
no,
Chris
that's
is-
the movement now.
he's
That's
right.
what it is.
Everyone's got like a beer pairing. It's like, why can't I just pair beer with beer?
I
Like,
have
mean,
food. I have beer. One in the fridge. One in the barbecue.
It's like when I'm making
together.
like hot dogs and
cooler,
French fries.
yeah.
I better have this nice hoppy, beer. Like,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. Like,
Do you ever go on your friend's yacht and say, "Oh, I want the swing bridge with the steak and Grey Poupon"? No, you don't.
No,
Just say-
we
just-
don't. But there are people that do that. They're
terrible.
just as bad with this as they are with wine pairings.
Really?
Yeah,
So that's coming to a thing now. There's craft
that's
beer.
a
and
thing now. Yeah.
They have to ruin the hipster thing and just kind of throw it.
Well, I think it's a
New level?
separate movement, if anything.
I hope so.
Yeah.
You can't put that together.
No, but it's a fun thing to do. I mean,
Get
because
steak in your beard.
the fun. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it's a fun thing to be able to pair stuff with beer because it's not anything that has been done before,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, for what it's worth, I love a good hamburger with beer. So
I put
certain kinds of beer.
fried egg, peanut butter, and then some, let's say, beat the heat that's coming up next.
All right.
What is going on here?
I want to say I like
This is more Ryan's beer, definitely.
I like a good blank with beer. Insert whatever you want. It's-
Air?
sure.
Right. Okay. Black Oak Brewing.
Black Oak. Oh, they're in Oakville, I think,
Oh, yeah?
What is that?
Black Oak Brewing, Beat the Heat.
or
I just
Mississauga. Maybe.
summer can, just fruit and
Yeah, it's
different things. Belgian wheat
Got-
style, it says.
tons of flavors going on for sure.
Is that better, Ryan? Am I getting there?
I'd
Closer?
probably say this is my favorite of the beer so far.
Thank goodness. It took me a while to get
You
there.
know,
but
it's very similar in tasting to this, but it's balanced out.
this is what
Yeah.
happens when you go for
I would
labels,
say,
kids.
I think it's maybe it's everything the saison is, but there's not the spice.
Right.
So there's not
Right.
the cloves. There's not the cinnamon.
Yeah.
Or any kind of thing like there's no spice.
So these guys got it right then. Ish.
Well,
as
for
far
his
as-
palate,
Right.
For sure.
Yes, no, beer is so objective that I'm not gonna say with no.
So
right or
politically
wrong.
correct, Chris. Nice.
yes.
I'd say I take those over the saison.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the swing bridge.
yeah.
It's more of your beer flavored beer, right? Like I would expect.
Yeah,
this.
it's what it should be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
You don't need steak to hide the flavor.
That's right.
Or burger
Yeah.
for Ryan's sake.
It's definitely to hide it.
I mean, the
A lot-
can
it
has
enhances it.
what is that?
it's
Orange.
wonderful.
You could take the Collingwood Saison and put it with a vegan burger. That would be okay. But a
Then
real
I would love the saison.
Yeah, so they have orange zest in here,
good.
citrus notes, complex earthy.
I'll
Yeah,
be
that-
honest. I don't taste the citrus notes at all.
there's
I
more
kinda
earthy
do,
stuff
Yeah.
going on than
yeah,
the
you can
citrus.
see that. Yeah.
Maybe it's just to help you out.
Belgian style.
Doesn't taste like Guinness then. That's good.
And I do like Belgian stuff. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do
and
like
this
the
is
Belgians.
wheat. So you'll notice how it's not all that kind of hoppy.
Right. And I was like, I almost just had an epiphany. So it's like, so I don't mind citrus stuff. I just don't like hops. And they're not necessarily the same, even though one tastes more.
It can be if you want them to
I
be.
guess it can be.
There's some hops that produce citrus notes,
Right,
like
yeah.
big time.
A lot of, yeah, for sure.
But with wheat anyway, I call it more of a blank canvas. You can add a lot of stuff in there to get your flavoring, and that's what they've done. There's like no malt at all in this because it's just wheat.
You up for a challenge, Harv?
Sure.
Ryan's up for it.
I hope so.
Can you give us a bar of Red Hot Chili Peppers and we'll guess the song? Would you be up for that?
A bar of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Bar, sing. Red Hot Chili Peppers. Would you mind? It doesn't have to be perfect. I put you on the spot. We can just
How
scrap
could-
it and edit it. Up to you.
No, it's fine. I'm just thinking, like, how do I sing a song that, like, or sing part of it that's, like, obscure? So
Oh,
it's
right.
enough that it's not like a.
Or if you're really nice to us, you
Yeah.
could sing it so that we know it, and then we can guess it right away, and everybody can still be friends. Up to you.
Right. Well, I don't ever wanna.
Be.
Under the bridge.
Right.
Already?
I'll go with that.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's it.
I didn't have time to sip a beer. This is going well.
I happen to know a lot of music this way, so
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
probably do well. Sometimes with Chris will too.
Is Queen or Michael Jackson more obscure?
I guess it's the feeling to listen to, but I could do Michael Jackson.
Put you on the spot.
Sure.
You have enough beer, it's fine, right?
Sure. So my choices are Red Hot Chili Peppers, MJ.
You can do whatever you want.
I'm just
Okay.
picking three that I know. You can go
Okay.
way out there
Let
to
you
like
know. Okay.
Flaming Lips or something. I don't know a lot of their songs. They're a good band though.
They are a great band.
Never heard of that.
Fun
What?
Lips?
Where have you been?
They do their shows in like plushie outfits. Stuff.
I don't know.
You're stuck on Matt Good, and I appreciate Matt Good, but
It's great.
you can help me out with Star Wars catching up, and I will help you out with Flaming Lips. catching up.
That's what friends do.
Yeah,
That's
I'll
right,
take
buddy.
care of the music. You take care of the pop culture, my friend. We're good. I get a little slow to get there.
I feel like I need
sorry.
to YouTube that later.
Yeah, you do. Or just borrow all of Harv's albums. It's good. He has them all.
I don't.
I thought you were a fan.
I am a fan, but
You
doesn't
knew what
it just-
outfits they have.
I know what outfits they have.
Out of
I've
the
seen-
7,500 songs, you don't have.
I don't.
you
Yeah,
have
no. I just enjoy their music when
You're
I
a
get chance to
groupie,
hear
aren't you? That's
No.
brutal. Flaming Lips groupie. Take that.
That
as
is
you may.
why I'm wearing this tragically hip inspired cat outfit. I know, I'm just
You wish it was the Tragically Lips.
Tragically Lips, yes. All right, there's a
They're
fusion.
super group.
There's a
That was
fusion band.
that was Freud.
Yes.
Oops.
Well, yo.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Okay.
That was a nice digression.
I'm into Keyboard Kitty. I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wonder
Okay.
why, but never heard of it. But it sounds like something you're into, and I kind of want to.
You never heard of Keyboard Kitty?
I've never heard of Keyboard Kitty.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Carry on.
It's Commodore 64.
We
I
could
don't
always
know.
say that.
No,
Like,
it's
have
not.
you know Frontline Assembly? Who's Frontline Assembly? You've never heard of Frontline Assembly? With some 1,000,001 bands out there that you know.
Internet sensation Keyboard Kitty.
Okay.
You learn
I will
YouTube
listen.
that.
I will definitely.
you learn something new about somebody. Maybe I can save you the trouble, Ryan, and not put you on too much of a spot because Chris Harv, he seems to know everything about songs. Might ruin the flavor. You want this darker song, The Watcher. Keeping an eye on the groupie here. You want to play that one?
Sure.
Okay. So easy going.
Yeah.
I like it.
I've been watching you from underground, stalking you from birth without a sound. You may be an optimist, but I will be an arsonist to you. Ooh. Your teeth are like a sugar, oh so sweet. Your anguish can delight my marrow deep. Your bones will break from entropy, your screams won't make a sound. Your soul is growing darker, and in loneliness you'll drown. So come on down to Hades, I'll make it worth your while. There's so much more that's out there than for those whom he calls child. Just say the words, I'll have you there. The bells have tolled and the blood lay bare. Drink it down and grab that chain, just pull that trigger and bang, you're mine. A river at your begging cries of mercy. Your helpless disposition turns me on. Your whimper and your sorrow for eternity, while flowers and maggots sing your dying song. So futile is your fight, you'll never see the light. You're here forever just like me. Lo, behold, he comes here uninvited, surely just to furrow up my plans. You may take your she, but rest assured, my liege, you haven't seen the last of me.
Bells are toll, blood lay there. Is that? Am I getting that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's different. Medieval sort of tone.
I guess it's for more. It's in my writing. It's more pitchforks and knives. It's a more spiritual song. It's I didn't intend it to. I haven't read this story in so long, but it's kind of like in the vein of a book by C.S. Lewis called The Screwtape Letters, where it's the devil talking to his minions about how to sway someone, towards him, I guess, kind of. So yeah, so it's basically whispering in the ear of this person, and it's this, like I said, it's my rock opera post-apocalyptic opus.
Is it the devil that says, "Say the word, and I'll just be there"?
Yeah,
Wow,
That's
just whenever you need me,
yeah.
just tap my shoulder.
yeah,
That's
Just
crazy.
forever, just like me. It's kind of powerful, right? You're talking about words that are just very prominent and creating that really dark place that people go to. I know all do, whether you talk about anxiety, depression, things like that, where you kind of get influenced by negative pressures. You said you've been there. I have too.
Yeah.
And it's kind of cool that way. I don't know if you meant that, but I kind
no,
of
well,
take
it's
things
funny.
in different
Sometimes I don't
directions.
know if I mean it. When you're talking about anxiety and depression, it's like there's words in there that talk about how the devil will prey on those things.
Sure.
So kind of it's the sick and the lame thing. That's what you pick up, like with these scavengers in the jungle. That's what they do. So they go after the ones that are the compromised.
Right.
So
More of the lion and the snake go for the easy prey.
right, yeah,
And
exactly.
the weak and timid.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be that ex-girlfriend who wanted to friend zone you for a while, and then you finally met up with the love of your life. Could go either way.
It could, yeah.
Or it could be the Saison that you can't get rid of.
Yeah.
Just
Taste
sticks
just
around
can't get rid of-
forever.
Yeah,
Maybe the devil's in the Saison.
that's my vote for this.
Yeah.
It's in the back of your throat because that wheat taste is never going away. Still, after this Beat the Heat, I can't.
I agree. I'm feeling the same way.
Should I do a Georgian gin smash?
Sure. Let's try it.
Get rid of that last one.
This is not really a beer, though, is
I
it?
don't know.
I
if
think
it's
this
a
is more
beer
of
when
a-
it says gin beverage on it. It's summery though.
Yeah.
I'm going out of Chris's comfort zone because he always liked beers and bands with beer.
Well,
Went all over the place.
Now
that's
it's alcohol and artists. Maybe
I've
you should do
tried
that.
this one before. It's okay.
I guess if you're a starving artist, Ryan, you don't really care about alcohol, do you? You just kind of down the hatch after a performance. Here, please.
Look how light that is.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. What's so clear?
Looks
Weird.
like 7-Up.
That's my first clear beer I've ever had.
I know. Eh?
So, yeah, I cheated. Sorry.
what's that? It's Zima.
It's gin and tonic. Can't do it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
pretty
If This
much.
is like gin smash, gin and tonic.
Gin.
I'll be honest.
Okay,
Out of all
cry.
the hard liquors, I'm probably the
guys.
least fan of gin.
Cheers.
But
Save some for Nathan, if you
I
could.
have lots of it.
Oh yeah. It's like Chris don't want this.
Oh, that's awful.
Are you serious?
Is it awful?
Yeah, it's awful. I don't know what makes it.
garbage. Oh my god.
See? You know?
Oh, jeez. What's that?
It's worked out beautifully.
What's the back end of that? That's horrible.
I know.
It tastes like medicine.
It does.
Back end, like it just took.
Yeah.
That reaction, sorry, that was priceless.
Ooh. I mean, I'll still drink it, but it's horrible.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Ooh. It tastes like alcoholic 7-Up with medicine behind
Pretty
it.
much.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh God.
Do you know that? What is that stuff? That lemon stuff you put in a kettle to make you feel better? I forget what that is.
You know what I mean?
Citron?
This is
Yeah,
Neil
thank you.
Citron. Yeah. 7-Up, Neil Citron, and booze.
Carbonated Neo Citron.
Just Neo-Citron?
Carbonated Neo Citron.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I get why it's called Gin Smash. I'm sure a couple of these will put you down on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah, but
yeah,
how
absolutely.
can you go through this if you can't want to taste it?
I would venture to say a funnel.
A what?
A funnel, because that is the only way.
I don't know. I'd still take this over the Saison. That's the only thing.
Wow.
Really? Wow.
What?
Right,
No way.
no.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
We get a thumbs up or a thumbs down from Nathan. Yeah, he's
He
like
loves this stuff.
Yeah,
He's like,
wow.
I hate
Damn.
beer. This is great.
For now on, we do beers and bands. We got to bring him some Gin Smash or something.
Or at least a cider or something.
Yeah.
Not awful.
for sure.
He's okay with that.
Right on. Very nice.
Um,
It's definitely for sweet fans, for sure.
I'm sorry to
Too
cut you
sweet.
short of
It's okay.
the Neo Citron, but I think it's perfect to end with the Gaslight.
I think you're absolutely right.
Couldn't be any more perfect. So I'm going to try and suffer through this while we check out the song.
Okay.
And please.
Your ways are mystery to me. No one's a picture to see. The way you're segregating. You fight with such a disease. You tried to put me at ease, and you're like an echo call. And all the words that you say, the ones I heard yesterday, are just the lies of tomorrow. This glass house is breaking now, and now I'm wondering how if we open the door. Cause Kylie, you tear me places like I'm already there. I've got this feeling like a mind without a body. Maybe it's real life, just as you say. You make it seem like I just up and went and lost my mind. You might have something to see. You know I've got you good. You might have something to see. You know I've got you good. You know I've got you, but you're going nowhere.
Maybe it's real life, or maybe I lost my mind. This is perfect. It couldn't have segued much better from the whatever we just had. We're beer fans, I'm sorry. Gin Smash is great for those who love it, but for me, I don't want to be friends with you.
I'm happy to part with our relationship with Gin
It's
Smash.
kind of odd, too. Interesting way, Ryan, that we kind of went from kind of a happy, loving, romantic flavor at the beginning, and then all the way to I'm going to burn something beyond my emotions.
Right.
The Gaslight, is that kind of where we're going with? Are you just kind of clinically insane? Do you have a straitjacket on at this point? Or is there something else going on in your head that you're dealing with?
Yeah, well, the song is basically a journey of a person who's being gaslighted, and I'm a huge psychology person, and I guess not professionally, but I've always, as a simply a concept, been fascinated with the idea of gaslighting and how that works. Like it's not a good thing to do, obviously, and it's not a healthy person would not do that to someone else, but as a concept to do, like it's just I don't know.
For those not familiar in the psychiatric state, is this really getting someone hyped up or triggered to that emotional state where they just kind of want to blow things up? Gaslighting? Am I taking the gaslight term literally and saying you're is that maybe a therapist, if you will, trying to get somebody emotional height?
It's a person it's a person being gaslighted in the most little of sense of what it is, and it's just this person talking about it, like being, and as a chorus, as in the song, as the chorus goes, this person he puts up a resistance, and then by the end, well, you can listen to it and see what happens.
Sure.
But like you see a progression.
They get their back up and
this person of going through it, and the words basically talk about the journey of it,
kind of spiraling through that emotion and just kind of
or going through that ordeal of like being within, I guess, even a toxic relationship of like someone telling you something and like maybe think, oh, you're not good enough. So maybe month one you're kind of like, well, I know you say this, but
okay,
I believe
love
other
you.
ways.
Yeah.
And then by the 6th month, maybe you're like, you know what, maybe you're right. Maybe I'm just not.
You picture people kind of throwing chairs and yelling and punching walls and fighting and just kind of getting to that point of no return.
Right.
It's dangerous.
Yeah. So
House burns down.
yeah. So I guess it's it's life. Like there's good, there's happiness, there's sadness, there's
Insurance,
yeah,
for lack of a better state.
yeah.
That's cool. There's a lot of emotion that went into the whole album, at least the teaser songs that we've had. So it's kind of cool. Be interesting to see what Ruins comes out and is like. And when it comes out August 29th, be able to see the wide range you go through and the different flavors of songs like MJ, or you want to pick a little Red Hot Chili Peppers out of there, or just kind of go with the Motown flavor from Stevie himself
Yeah.
without the sunglasses,
Right.
as Chris said. You said that earlier. It's okay, buddy.
Okay.
He forgot already.
All right.
It's a gin smash.
Thanks, Gin
It's all
Smash.
out.
Appreciate you.
So part of the 4 beers ish that we had. Can you pick a favorite for me, Ryan?
Probably definitely be the Black Oak
You got to beat the heat.
as the beer. Yeah.
The most flavor.
Yeah.
It didn't last forever. Hey, Chris, are you okay with beer? Or are you just gonna
Yeah,
throw them all out?
No, I think I'll pick the Black Oak on this one.
Harv,
Yeah, beat the heat.
not gin
Definitely.
smash.
Yeah, no. Beat the heat, beat the bunch for sure.
I'll go across the beaten path and say I'll give Georgian Smash an honorable mention.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Okay,
Are you just looking to see negative reactions?
when
Is
you,
that-
there's people in this world who love to give ribbons out to everybody and their dog, and then there's people who believe there is a first place and a last place. Which hands up
It's
for me.
nerdy by nature.
Right.
That's for sure. I agree.
For sure. I'm happy to give a last place to a beer if you
I
want.
appreciate
me to,
as a
but-
musician, you need fans and support your music. You want to be impartial with everybody, and that's cool. But for me, I have no one to please. And no ribbons are awarded by me because I don't believe everybody should be a winner. 'Cause if you're a jerk, you deserve to lose. I'm sorry. And Gin Smash, I'm sorry, you're the biggest jerk of them all.
You are a loser personified.
Don't hold back.
Well, Ryan's talking about emotion and gaslighting and talking about the devil coming out
Wow.
inside you. Like, who's that guy in his head in that movie show we watched? Dang it. The Shadow King.
Oh, the Shadow King
yeah.
from Legion.
Yes, thank
Yeah,
you. That's kind of like what I picture the Watcher to be,
Okay.
where the Shadow King's
Oh.
coming out.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even draw that parallel, but right on the money.
It's like
right
it's
on.
playing right in your head. And if you didn't
Absolutely.
watch Legion, you're also Gin Smash.
Yeah.
But if
you
you,
should
do, we can
watch
be
that
friends.
show for sure.
It's the best show ever.
Oh my gosh!
Then Stranger Things. Have you seen that, Ryan?
I have 4 episodes left to go on that.
Oh, please.
Oh.
They're great.
You're in for a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What-
I
the
do.
way that
I
ends-
love the show, and of course, it being vintagey and hearing the '80s synths, like for someone like me that
For
gets
sure.
off on that kind
I
of
appreciate the
stuff.
D&D element for kids, and you appreciate the sense so we can come together and agree on something like Beat the Heat.
Right.
That's good. When they were, have you seen where the girl was in the water yet?
Yes.
Have you seen that? I don't want to give it away.
Okay, let's stop.
You might have a
Spoil it for 'em.
Netflix lawsuit.
So binge, please, and then when we come to season 2, maybe we can try again and see your thoughts, and I'll try to have better beer.
Sure.
It'll be good. August 29th. Where can I go to follow you and be a true groupie?
So there's right now we have someone working on a website, but so right now it just goes to my Facebook page. So you can go to www.theryanprasad.com.
To make it official, the real one.
Yeah.
When I Googled your name, there seems to be a lot of impersonators of the Prasad. Prasad, sorry. I don't know if it's a common name or people just love you a lot. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. I haven't Googled myself
Kind
actually,
of
but
flattering. I saw somebody on Instagram. It's a similar name, and Harv's laughing at me. He's like, "That's not him at all. What is wrong with you?" It's like trying to compare these 4 beers, apples and oranges. Try it; you'll be flattered.
Okay.
It's nice. So Facebook for now, and then
yeah,
when
and then
we
there's
see the album.
at the Ryan Prasad, and those are my 2 main, the Facebook and Twitter. When the album comes out, definitely the Ryan Prasad will become its own website, and it'll have you go to all the Facebook and Twitter and.
Is there a place I can check out the album? August 29th. Is that just the stereotypical iTunes stuff? Are you going to sell it yourself?
I'll probably update that right now because I already have something going with TuneCore. It might be on there,
Exclusive offer.
which will go on iTunes. So iTunes will be the avenue until further notice, I guess.
All I can ask you is don't do anything crazy and weird like Kanye did with
Okay.
his record label, we'll call it.
Yeah.
It's weird. Did Did you see that, Harv?
I did.
He kind of just pushed iTunes out of the way and said, "I'm better than you." And I know that you're an equal for everybody, and you'll pay us the respects we deserve.
Absolutely.
You doing a release party at all? Have you got there yet?
We're definitely working that. And thank you. I'm always thankful to Chris because he's kind of heading that opportunity. So we're trying to do some shows before and after. So release parties and then kind of like promotional.
Yeah, so
kind of
stick to the RyanPrasad.com. More information's coming on our shows, and we'll update accordingly when.
Put some
more
links up
details.
on the page. That way everybody can follow Ryan in true standard groupie form.
You got it.
From there.
I do
And
appreciate-
next time, like I said, Stranger Things 2. Have you over if you're up for it.
Absolutely.
Just no gin smash.
Okay. I do appreciate you guys letting me come on here. And
Absolutely. Thanks for playing your songs, having a good time, and geeking out a bit. And we can trash some beers and love some musicians together. It's a good time.
Awesome.
Chris,
thanks.
Harv, myself, thanks, dudes, for wearing awesome shirts and being here, drinking with me, and always having a good time. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.
Nerdy by nature. We're out of here. Super long. I'm going for a nap. I'll see you soon. Well, like all good things, they must come to an end, my friends. Another show is in the books, and we had so much fun starting the weekend off right, just with you. Nerdy by nature here with you, discovering the world around us, learning new things, and having a great conversation. Couldn't get to everything, though, in this episode, so please head over to letusgetnerdy.com, check out the show notes, the research, and all the extras. Just couldn't fit in today. While you're there, feel free to subscribe, Android or iOS. It's all good. If you want to say hi, leave a comment below the notes or click on Contact Us, whichever your heart desires. If you want to get crazy and social and right into it with us, please do. Head over to Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, search up Let Us Get Nerdy, won't you? Hashtag, @mention us, say some cool stuff, or call us out. For Nerdy by Nature, thank you so much for listening. Take care.
Yo, this is dirty.